It's the boss. 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 And everybody can't be bosses. We got so many people in uniform say they bosses. Pastors, lawyers, government employees, and then we got Zoo. And Zoo say we doing an affidavit of mailing. Time is 11:53 p.m. We got to get to Walgreens by 12 o'clock. And would they give Zoo grace under the Houston mailbox rule? If you don't know what the Houston mailbox rule is applicable to when you got a deadline, and we chasing the deadline of December 4th, 2024. Most recently, the rookies, they tried to, and it went terrible. I mean, we got to understand what happened. You don't mind, and if you do mind, Zoo say he don't care. We're in the city of Beloit, state of Wisconsin, United States of America, County of Rock. Zookeeper say he got IFP requests for 22 CV482 and 21 CV4, 21 CV 555 JDP, if you will, a lot of correction situation that caused it's cold outside and we got dogs barking in the background. They might want to take a piece of Zoo. You know, everybody wants Zoo now all of a sudden. And Zoo say from the records, now he received some evidence saying, I never wanted you, but now I love you. It's a sad situation when Zoo, he got to break the women down, all the smart people down sometime. Strong rebuke is what the Zoo do. As we walk in the Garden of Eden, knowing that God got everything under control, but knowing we got these things called humans that will try to sidetrack you from your will and your purposes that God gave you. Individually, he gave us all assignment. And Zeus say he has taken his assignment very serious. Shout out to Piggly Wiggly. And shout out to Zoo. We got a situation, 22 CV 482 JDP, 21 CV 555 JDP appeals. And the Court of Appeals already said the Zookeeper won 24-16537 Circuit Court of Appeals. And we want to notate the fact that District Court Judge James E. Peterson has approved in form of Popper's request 21 CV 764 JDP, 23 CV 91 JDP, and 24 CV 598 JDP. But Zeus say that really didn't resolve anything as we trying to figure out what happened. We had the world's best attorney, world's best pastor, get approached by a cop, and then all of a sudden, she said she wanted to hang out. Zeus said he been with 700 women, and this was a hell of a movie he was gonna get to make if the things was true that the people said. But come to find out, everything apparently was under false motive. And Zeus said he don't get on YouTube shouting no girl out, trying to get us some clout just for play. He not playing. She chose him. Now he chose her. And animus really ain't in the loop. We trying to figure out when humans get reprobated in a state of mind, and they happen to let's shout out the City of Beloit Police Department as they watching Zoo deliver the mail tonight for Thanksgiving. They shot them out. They wanted to play with a Zookeeper. Mercy Hill Church. We got 25 lawsuits. And if we don't get them records, we got to understand why the record's so important. For 2 years, this scandal was going on under the Fourth Amendment. Well, Zeus said he was approached by a fake cop before she came a cop. And before she became a cop, she said she was gonna take a test, and she wanted to be a cop, and she was invested in helping the zookeeper with his 25 lawsuits. But then, when the court proceedings got to playing out, zookeepers say the court illegally forced him into briefing as he was a blind litigant. We know from the records that he was sucker punched. We know from the records he had bleach in his eye. We know from the records that no judge under the due process can force a litigant, if you will, to participate at a proceeding as a blind man. And no court official can override a stay request based on emergency medical need. We want to figure out what happened in the city of Beloit, state of Wisconsin, city of Janesville, Rock County, in the county of Dane, where the people with the uniforms on and the switchboard operators thought that they could out-operate the zookeeper. It was a hell of a situation. And he say now, he electronically filed some things earlier, but now he has edited all these type of things. And then we got Supreme Court of Wisconsin in the loop. And we want to shout out the lights not on tonight. Any other night they might be on, but tonight for some apparent reason they not on. But zookeepers say we at the mailbox and we doing a affidavit of mailing. You know, the documents. Wisconsin Supreme Court appeal, fee waiver form, all kind of fee waiver forms. Let's get them in the box. 1, 2, properly posted, waiting for the mailman to come pick them up in the morning. And we hope that mail run. We want to see that there's no more envelopes. We want to see that some humans might be in trouble. You know, they decreed they was working for God, singing good songs, tap dancing, doing all type of things that the people do to perform like performers as we perform for God. And Zeus said he has not met one attorney accredited, one pastor accredited through some school traditionally. He has not met no human had filed 25 lawsuit against the government, and he's still alive. And he said he was approached by a cop, but then when the thing hit the fan, people failed to tell her that zookeeper had cataract issue, pre-existing medical condition, headaches where it affected his inability to read, to write, articulate facts legally as he challenged law enforcement officials. And zookeepers say tonight, a very special night, we finna get all the informal poppers request forms in. And we gonna get a review of all the people, places, and things that was supposed to do government work, but somehow the records come up missing. We want to shout that out. We talking about creating new records keeping systems. Records just come up missing. I want to hang out with you, Zoo. I want to be your girlfriend. I want to shout out to Bayless Avenue. No, shout out to the church. Shout out to church. Shout out to fake church people. Shout out to real church people. And shout out to people who do things with false motive, knowing they need your conversation, knowing they need your emotional, mental stimulation, your financial education, your literacy plans, your will, testament, trust plans, knowing they need your information, but then they don't knock on your door. They try to steal from you. And zookeepers say in the city of Janesville, in the city of Sun Prairie, we have stolen from zoo. Artificial intelligence photo enforced business district coding systems. We have stolen from zoo a future mate. Say she wanted to hang out with zoo, more than beautiful, more than wonderful, more than qualified. But then when it was time for her to speak up and speak out, she couldn't. And it was because the judge come out with so many legal orders and Zoo head that she just refused to throw her little career away. And Zoo say he like to shout out all people who would throw their career away for God. When God say, I'm finna send you a messenger for the people. One gonna rob you of your human imagination. One that's gonna be able to take the police on in any situation. One that's gonna be able to rob you because you know as a slave, employed by contract, government, otherwise, you have accepted somebody else's level of work. And Zeus say he worked for God. And as he been working for God, the humans just confused. We want to shout out Prairie Avenue. Want to shout out the camera placement. And we want to shout out anybody who would dare put a uniform on and say they love God. And take an oath, a vow, and be subjected to contract clauses under federal and state authority where a human can challenge you and your work performance on your First Amendment fiduciary function. We want to see why it's so old, the city of Beloit, why the people ain't came to pick up none of this trash, sticks and stones, glass. It's just a little too much. And Zeus say it was just like that when he come to church. He's sitting fat. He got 5 cars. He got Harley Davidson. He got Suzuki. He got everything. And he was approached by a cop. But before she came a cop, she said she want to hang out with Zoo. And she singing songs about going to the lighthouse and all these other magnificent things in the name of God. Then we, Lord behold, check the records. And even the pastor spoke out on this. We got somebody that abandoned somebody that was in hardship. And it was for a government job. And Zeus said he disturbed by that. He want to make the church aware that the church is to control the police station. This thing called spiritual gifts. Everybody's supposed to have it if they declare and decree that they're a true pastor. But we got so many pastors really ain't spiritually led, just sucking in people tithing, if you will. And now the people really don't understand what tithing is about, why you should tithe, why this, why that, what's the importance of worshiping God. As we know, God said down in the book of Matthew, in the book of Luke, and in the book of Mark, he give up his flesh and he give up his spirit. But did he say he give up his soul? As we all soul search for lifetime partners, lifetime friends, people that could push us beyond the physical plane so we can speak the spiritual things. As who say he been hitting the people spiritually, but spiritually they have no connection to God. So they have not understood what he been saying. But the people are still in uniform, looking so cute, boots shined, just looking wonderful outside in public. And in private, what is these people doing? We got so many records that we must take a look at. Zeus say, shout out to Piggly Wiggly. Shout out to all the humans who tried to play with him. Like he was the biggest goofy in town. Sent them Victoria Bailey. She was a beautiful creature, but she wasn't educated like the Zoo. No, she, before come a cop, asked Zoo on a date, he said he was a law professor, and the people thought he was fully mad. But now we trying to see what the court gonna say now that we got 25 lawsuits opened again based on illegal process, invalid processes that Chief Judge James E. Peterson has performed from 2020 to 2024 against the zookeeper, against Timothy Lee Stewart, the pastor, against the plaintiffs, against the appellate, 7th Circuit Court of Appeals. We want to take a look at, the government. White House comments we protected by Guild versus Confight 658, Fed 3rd 82 and 83 we protected by First Amendment free speech we protected by. And we want to know if Zookeeper been giving out some vital information or if he ain't been giving out vital information. And when we see the construction work that the people putting up that they getting paid for, it's a zookeeper outperforming the people that's getting paid to work in all capacity. He say he ain't had a job in 4 years, but it's his divine calling to bring the people closer to God. As they say, they got will and purpose in the kingdom of God. So many people confused about what God is, what he can do in your life, because so many people really don't live out the scriptures. And if we living out the scriptures today, truly looking past all the buffoonery and getting straight to the truth, the confidential records. You know, the confidential file. Rock County switchboard files. All police contacts were Zoo was contacted by police. Do he have a gripe saying that his First Amendment right under the free exercise clause right, Thompson versus Home 809 Fed 376, Thompson versus Home 809 Fed 3376. Do he have a gripe against the City of Beloit Police Department for sending him, Officer Bailey, and for the people under the Fourth Amendment telling her to do some illegal things under the Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment, 15th Amendment, knowing that she ain't really had no education, but she was just cute. Zeus say he don't care about your uniform. He don't care how you tried to play with him, but he gonna play with you. We want to shout out all people who broke, thought they was rich, and all people who went against God for their outfit. It's a zookeeper.